Hey guys, how are you? It's Colleen Gallagher here with Colleen Gallagher International, my infomercial that I had on that one. If you guys haven't seen that live that I did last week, I should actually repost it like in the stories. Hey James, hey Prez. When you guys join, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Jason! Oh my God, we have so many of you. This is so cool. I like the pink bikini. James, I'm super excited. I just made my appointment with PodFest to go over my presentation for Orlando. I can't wait to meet you there, and I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be incredible. But anyway, what I was going to say is you guys didn't see my video the other week where I was doing like my infomercial. That was so funny, and I showed some of my friends this weekend. I was like, this was my infomercial, and all my friends were like, this needs to be a thing. So anyway, it was so funny. But if you've never been introduced to me, say hello. I really believe in these platforms as a tool of connectivity. So if you don't say hi, if you don't say where you're joining, then I can't say hi back, and that makes me sad. But today I'm really, really excited because I have a few things I want to talk about and share. And so I'll get into them. But one is that I have a free webinar, a free training, a free webinar. So James, I know you're going to want to be on this. It's on Tuesday. So it's going to be tomorrow. I know it's less than like 48 hours, but it really was what came up in my journaling. So it's going to be tomorrow, May 10th at 6:30 PST. It's going to be on how to overcome heartbreak and trauma and attract love. And I'm super excited because I got so many messages from so many of you, which I'm so grateful for. Through Mother's Day about like just divorce that you guys have gone through or relationships that have ended, experiences that you've had with children, like how you've had to navigate that with different things. So this is going to be an incredible webinar. It's totally free, where I'm going to go over the 3 things of how you can overcome heartbreak and trauma and attract love. And I'm super, super excited. It goes with my 3rd book. You can get it here. I always forget. Like I need to have like a little thing. This is my 3rd book, An Uncompromised Life. So if you haven't gotten this book, make sure to get it. But that'll be that. So I'll leave the link actually so you guys can register. I don't know how it works with like registering live on here. I tried to do like a link, but I think you have to have maybe like 10,000 followers or something. My old account did. But anyway, so there's a Zoom link that you can register for. I'm going to be promoting it in other posts today and also on my story. So it's totally free. And then the other thing, if you guys don't know, is my applying. Yes, James, I know you'll love that. I'm like, Colleen's giving so much away today, so it's amazing. But the other thing is applying intuition to your career success. That is a $79 course. I never offer courses this low. It's because I'm going through Infinity Foundation. We have a few of you that have enrolled, which I'm so excited, and a few more of you that still can enroll. The class starts 5 p.m. PST tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be amazing. It's 3 weeks. And it's going to be super interactive. It's 6 hours. We have an hour of lecture and then an hour of application. So I highly recommend, if you want that, just type below intuition, or applying intuition. I'll get you those details. But what I want to get into today on this live, which I'm super excited about, is for those of you who have kind of experienced heartbreak, for those of you who have went through something traumatic. My intuition told me to sign up for your class in intuition. I love that. But I really want to talk about this with like overcoming heartbreak and trauma. So a lot of you, it's funny because I did that, not funny, but I did that live on abortion. And then I also did, oh my God, hello, how are you? I did the live on abortion. Then I also did that live on, a post on kind of relationships. And so a lot of you also with Mother's Day or Father's Day or whatever coming up, you messaged me just kind of some things that have gone on with your personal life, with your personal relationships. Michaela, how are you, my beautiful? So anyway, I wanted to just come on and touch base because if you've gone through heartbreak or trauma, if you feel like there's something in you that like you just feel stuck, you can't like move forward, whether that's with love, whether that's with money, whether that's with abundance, whether it's just feeling happy and feeling whole and feeling like, oh my God, I'm just excited for life, but you just can't move forward. And it's because of some past thing that keeps replaying in your mind, whether that is a relationship, whether it is like a money struggle, whether it is like children or, decisions that you've made with children. There's a way where you have to begin to interrupt the pattern. You have to begin to interrupt the way that your mind is processing information and reliving scenarios over in your mind. And so that's why this free workshop that I'm doing, How to Overcome Heartbreak and Trauma and Attract Love, is going to be for you. It's totally free. I'm going to be giving like some of my 3 top key strategies and tips that I've done to overcome trauma and heartbreak. And it's interesting because I think we hear this word trauma and we're like, oh my God, that's so horrifying. Like, who's gone through trauma? But technically all of us have been through trauma. Trauma, if you look at the definition of it, just means anything that's emotionally destabilized us. Anything that's emotionally destabilized us. So if you think of like anytime you've been upset, anytime you've been angry, if you're in like driving your car and you like honk a car, or you like are like, oh my God, like that is actually trauma, because the memory, you're not actually mad that the traffic is moving slow. You're not actually mad that this person cut you off. Your body is having a physical reaction to a deeper emotion where maybe you feel invaded. You feel like you're not in control. You feel like someone is like taking you out of control. Like there's another emotional reason of why you're becoming so reactive, but you aren't even aware of that. So your life is being lived out of this reactive state where you're constantly reacting. You're being like boom, 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 boom. And until you actually take time to look at why that's happening, what trauma, what heartbreak is still living within the body, you're never going to really attract love. You're never really going to attract where you want to go, because you're living out a repeated pattern. And so the same as in business, the same as with money, right? If you feel like that you're doing all these things, and this took me forever, my first year of business, and the podcast that we have today is so amazing. I just went live. It's with Bill Walsh, who's a multi-millionaire. He's been voted the top small business coach in America. He's a deep, deep friend and ally of mine. And so I'm super excited for you guys to listen to that. But one thing that, let's say with even that, right? When I first met him, I was making $100,000 a year. He was making $100,000 days. And I still haven't had a $100,000 day. I mean, he has decades on me, but like, I'm sure there will be. But we are living out a past pattern with money. And so your trauma story, even with money, right? Feeling enough, feeling worthy, feeling like being who you are is enough to be compensated, feeling like how you share is worthy of payment, not just like nice words or like fluffy words. Like everything you're doing, whether it's like you're freaking out that a car is cutting you off, to why your money story is the way it is, it's because of a heartbreak and trauma. It's because of self-worth, it's because of self-love, and it's because of the pattern you're living out. So in this webinar that we're going to do tomorrow, which I'm so excited about, I really want to dive into how to overcome heartbreak and trauma and experience the unexplainable. Dirk! Oh my God, I don't know if I've ever made it live with you. I'm super happy you joined. So in this free training, you can go up here in the thing, the Zoom is there, or I'll leave it in my stories, or you can message me like I want to attend. It's totally free. It's Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. PST, I believe it is. But it's going to be just a great time for you to begin to break the patterns of how heartbreak and trauma is living inside the body from your mom, from your dad, from relationships, from just anything that's caused you pain, like anything that's caused you disharmony in your life. Because until we shine light on those parts of us that we've disassociated from for so long, or we've hidden because it was too painful to deal with, we didn't want to look at it because it was too much to carry, too much to deal with, too much to hold. And until we take the time, which is what this free training is going to be, when I was in a lot of pain and when I was suffering a lot with going through heartbreak, losing a child, consciously even losing a child, and consciously letting go of a relationship. But even when I still did that, there was a lot of pain and trauma because I had to look at how far I betrayed myself to allow a situation like this to occur. Nothing happened to me, it happened for me. And I had to move through these self-betrayals that I did so that I could feel like I was in a place of attraction where I was attracting the life I wanted, not out of pattern, but out of design. Because your life right now is only out of what you know. It's only like if you only know how to brush your teeth a certain way, right? And maybe there's a better way to do it. You're only going to do it how you know. If you only know how to make money where you work 8 hours a day and this is the amount of money you make, that's all you're going to do. Or what if you could, like I said, the podcast that I have today, what if he worked 50 minutes and had $100,000 day just in that morning, and he was going to go sell at night at another stage. I was making $100,000 years. Like, what if you could change your paradigm? And the same as with heartbreak and trauma and love is, what if the trauma you experience, which is kind of what I say in the back of my third book, was for a greater collective healing? What if the trauma you experienced was actually here to awaken you? What if the trauma you experienced, like a flower blooming, is like the petals breaking so you can actually open your heart instead of living with a closed heart, instead of living in unawareness, instead of living in darkness? And so anyway, that's what this training is going to be about. I'm so excited. I've never done a full training on heartbreak and trauma and attracting love, but it's really, really important. I feel like, especially the so many messages I got from the last week of sharing my story on abortion and sharing my story on the relationship dissolving, like the final pieces of a relationship dissolving after it was very entangled and a web, and also like how you begin to attract more amazing people when you do this work. And that's why I've been so committed to this work, because it's clients, it's friends, it's interpersonal, it's behind the scenes. So anyway, like I said, go in my stories, or you can comment below, free training, and I'll get you the link so you can enroll. And even if you can't attend, but I highly recommend changing your schedule to attend, because it's going to be so fun. Like, all my trainings are so fun. Like, we always have so much fun, and it's amazing. So definitely rearrange your schedule if you can. Well, you can if you want. But so there's that. And then the next thing is, like I said, my intuition course. I wanted to come on and let you guys know. If you've never heard of intuition, I never did until 2019. Like, I knew I was always like sensitive, or I knew I was always like different, or I knew like I was never like, I was popular, but I was always like weird, kind of. Like, I always knew that I always knew there was more to life in a lot of ways. And I always was like wanting more out of life. I always wanted to be the best, but I always felt like I never was really understood. I felt like I didn't really have people who got what I did. And so this would be for you if you want to understand intuition as a guiding force. Like, how do you begin to know with precision and accuracy what you're doing is the right move? How do you begin to know that I have these two options in my life? Which one do I choose, and how do I know it will bring a result in multiple areas? And so this is what this course is really about, of like beginning to have a communication and relationship with that intuition, and then how to really use it for your career success, how to really use it to grow money, how to really use it to grow relationships. So you can comment below intuition, or again, I'll leave it there. But I love you guys, and definitely make sure to reach out and just say hello. And the podcast is already up and live. It will be posted later, but go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you'll be able to see it with Bill Walsh. It was amazing. It's the best, 28 minutes of your life that you'll listen to start your Monday off. So anyway, enjoy your start to the week, start to the day. You are loved, you are enough, and I hope to see you in my training and my intuition class.